everyone, welcome back to Bitesize Tea. So before I do, I've got another video planned that I want to do that is nothing to do with Harry and Meghan, but for this one I'm just going to showcase for people that don't want to go and watch my longer videos. This is an interview that was with Tom BOWER, and he says something very, very interesting in this video, and I want to talk about it for a little bit and give you my thoughts on that. So if this is something that you would be interested in, where my name is Ems, I'm a qualified UK therapist, and I use my tips and knowledge of 20 years to help you hopefully understand some of the things that might be going on in your life, whether it's to do with behaviour, body language, not just what's being said, but reading between the lines of what's not being said. I use celebrity behaviour to do that, and most of the time it's Harry and Meghan because they are the gift that keeps on giving, but I will be showcasing and talking about other things that I see on social media or on mainstream media. So if you're still here, then grab your cuppa, sit back, relax, and let's dive into Bitesize Tea. So like I say, for longer videos, please go across and head to my T&T channel, because you do get videos that are about 30-40 minutes long over there if you want the longer version. But for these are for people that just want bite-sized chunks full of knowledge. So Tom BOWER did an interview when he first talked about his book, when he released the first book in regards to Harry and Meghan. He did an interview. And what was interesting in that interview, he mentions about that Meghan's lying about Archie. And it got shut down very quickly by the interviewers. And even to the point where you can see in Tom BOWER's face, he sort of smirks and kind of goes, yeah, I know, as if he knows that's the reason why they've shut him down. So I'm showing you the video now, and then we're going to talk about it afterwards.
So unfortunately, I've had to re-upload the video from the previous one because I got a copyright strike. So apparently that's a thing. So I've re-edited this with putting it up without the sound, just the caption, so you can still see when Tom BOWER says what he says. However, if you want to watch this video, I am going to upload it to my Instagram, which the link is in the description box below, and that way then you can go and see the full video with the voice, and because I think I can do that fine over there. So I apologize for everybody who's watching this that thought they were going to hear the voices. Unfortunately, YouTube clearly didn't like it, and so yeah, I had to take it down. But you can clearly see here he gets shut down when he says what he says. And yeah, so they didn't want him talking about it. And Tom BOWER knows, you can see by that grin, he knew that they were shutting him down. But like I say, go across to my Instagram, you'll hear the full video over there. Thanks, guys.
So as you can see, he absolutely says that Meghan is lying about Archie. Now, if Archie is really Meghan's, there's no way that this would be said. And I have said, if you come from TNT, you know, but if you're new here, I have said from the word go that I do not believe that any of the children are Meghan's. I do believe there is a boy, and I do believe he's Harry's. I do not believe he's anything to do with Meghan, which is why we see her devalue him quite a lot in the way that she talks about the girl an awful lot more. But this is something that I have been saying from the word go. So the question is why are they lying? As I've said on many occasions, the truth has to be more damaging than the lie. So if what happened in regards to how Archie, and I don't even believe that the boy is actually called Archie, I think that this is the name that they took, which was, I believe, Prince George's security sign, or his call sign or something. It was connected to Prince George. They took the name, and it's interesting that the middle name is Harrison, Harry's son. So I think that's not a coinkydink. And I think Harry did something. Now, I've had people say to me or send things to me, and it's potentially, allegedly, because I've got to be careful, that it could be a young staff member. Now, I understand that a lot of people are going to say, well, why don't they say the truth? Why don't they? But I think more of this is about protecting the real mother, because I'm sure she probably doesn't want her details or her whole life splashed on the mainstream media and social media, because we know how awful Meghan's fan base is. So you can imagine if this was exposed, what would happen to her, what they would do. They would go for her. It would be horrendous. So I don't blame at all the fact they're protecting this person. I think this is the leverage that Meghan has. I think that she knows the truth. And I think that Lily is a result of Meghan wanting someone for herself. It's like, well, you've got Archie, I want a child. And so I think there was possibly an initial adoption, a surrogacy, it fell through. And I think that potentially what could have happened now is that they've adopted a child. But I can go into that, or if you let's say, or if you can go across to my TNT and I go into that a little bit more. But yeah, but this video was very interesting to me, this interview, because it says to me that Tom BOWER knows the truth, and he is somebody that I believe would not say something. And bearing in mind that he's not been sued for saying this, because you can't tell me that Meghan and Harry are not aware of it, because this was on a mainstream platform. So the fact that he's not even been sued for saying this tells me that the reason he hasn't is because they don't want it to go any further. They don't want the truth exposed. And this wasn't in Tom BOWER's book, I don't believe. I mean, I didn't read all of Tom BOWER's book, but I did sort of scale through it, and I couldn't find anything in regards to this. So I think that even though he knows the truth, he's not able to say too much about it. And I do think there is a gag order. But let me know what you think in the comments. Do you agree? Do you think that there is something very, very shady going on in regards to Harry? I know that some of you feel that there is a surrogate involved. I don't, purely and simply because I don't see the royal family lying in regards to a surrogate. I just don't see it. But what I do see is them protecting the birth mother and probably the real child, because I would believe that she's being looked after by the royal family. So. And I think that Meghan knows this. And I think this is also why Harry's angry. But I go into more detail of that over on TNT. So these are just short videos to give you an idea of what is going on in my brain and what I'm thinking. So let me know what you think. Do you think along the same lines as me? What are your thoughts on that little bit with Tom BOWER? And yeah, I'll be interested to hear what you have to say. Thank you to everybody who's been supporting me so far. I'm really hoping to get this channel up and going to like 5,000 subscribers. Sounds really weird when I've got 90,000 subscribers over on my other channel, that I'm saying almost feels like I'm going back to kind of go, yes, please, 5,000 subscribers. But yeah, so for those of you who want different things, because I will be talking about different people other than Harry and Meghan, and yeah, discussing those as well. So don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to treat me to a cuppa, you can do. The link is in the description box below. I also have a Facebook page now called Bitesize Tea. So the link is also there for that. Go across and follow there. I also have Instagram and TikTok, where I'm over there as well as TNT. So if you want to come and join me and see the extra things that I put up, because I do often have a rant over on Instagram, so go across, and if you like that version, then head across there. I have a PO box you can write to me if you so choose. Yeah, and that's it. So I hope you have a great rest of the week, whatever you're doing. You had a lovely bank holiday weekend if you're here in the UK. If not, I just hope you had a lovely weekend, all of the rest of you. And as always, I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Take care. Bye-bye.